Hey y'all, how you doing? It is a beautiful evening. It is a beautiful evening here in Oklahoma City, coming to you live from the 405 Zagnib Central in the heart of Oklahoma City, where the wind comes whipping down the plane. It is your guy, Anthony Handy, aka Mr. Fingers, aka the sort of kind of thinks he's a master impersonation person, but not quite. Here with your Rookie of the Week spotlight. This week's rookie comes to us by way of Frederick, Maryland. Hey, Sean, it's a local homeboy of yours here. Comes to us by way of Frederick, Maryland. Played football at the University of Pittsburgh, and then he followed up transferring from Pittsburgh to USC. Is now a rookie receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Mr. Jordan Lee Addison. He attended Tuscarora High School in Frederick, Maryland, where he played wide receiver, quarterback, and defensive back. He wound up committing, again, like we said, to the University of Pittsburgh. He started 8 games as a true freshman, 10 games in total at Pittsburgh. He led the team in receptions with 4 touchdowns, 60 receptions for 666 yards. Somewhere there's somebody that's Catholic that just crossed themselves after that number. He wound up going back to Pittsburgh as a starter in 2021. He led all of college football with 17 receptions that year. He caught 100 passes for 1,593 yards. Big improvement from the previous season. Wound up winning consensus All-American honors and the Biletnikoff Award. The following year, he transferred to USC to play with the Trojans for good old Lincoln Riley with last year's Heisman Trophy winner Caleb Williams as his quarterback. He wound up wearing number 3 in honor of Carson Palmer. He wound up finishing his college career overall with over 3,000 yards receiving and 29 touchdowns total. Wound up being drafted in the first round of this past spring's draft with the 23rd pick, as we previously mentioned, by the Minnesota Vikings. Got off to a little bit of a slow start in the season, but of course, made a great third down receiver. Short yardage situations. Of course, they had Justin Jefferson being their number 1 receiver. But with Mr. Justin Jefferson being hurt, he has very, very quickly made his way up the rotational chart. I do believe, as I was doing a little bit of looking at this before the start of the show, I believe he's the number 2 receiver right now on the depth chart. And he had his breakout game this season against the San Francisco 49ers, where he caught 7 receptions, 7, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 receptions for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns against the 49ers. Now, that is no small feat. 49ers is one of the best teams in the league this year. Some folks would say even the best. So far this season, he is already up to 713 yards receiving. He could very well break 1,000 yards. He's only got to catch 75 yards a game. He's got 7 touchdowns, playing very well. They're very happy with his output. One of the things about this kid, just watching him on film, he's a great route runner. He's good at making cuts. Now, one thing that I did see that might need a little tweaking is that he tends to give away when he's making his cut. He gives a little head bob when he makes his cut. But he is don't see him doing a lot of high pointing, like going up and catching the balls up high at the height of the arc of the pass. But one thing that he's really good at doing, if you're a DB and you're on his back, he's still catching the ball. I mean, we see it all the time, the slow-mo where the guy is trying to turn the receiver without getting caught by the referee with that one arm around him, like you're taking your middle school dance middle school / prom picture, and he's trying to turn him. I watch this consistently at Pitt, at USC, and now at Minnesota. DB on his back, it does not matter. He is still making that catch. He runs a 4.49 40, stands 5'11". So he's not really tall. Like I said, he's not doing a whole lot of high pointing, but he's light, he's quick, and he's fast. And if he catches the ball and he's got a couple steps on you, you're not, hey, Craig said it best. You're not catching no crackhead. So, ladies and gentlemen, this young man came to us by way of Frederick, Maryland, and I have some ties to the DC area, having lived there for 20 years. So I definitely want to see a young homeboy from the DMV do well in the league. It looks like he's well on his way. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Anthony, and this has been your Rookie Spotlight. Jordan Addison, Minnesota Vikings. Thank you very much. Back to you, Delilah.
Ooh, nice. Hopefully he does pick up for Jefferson. They need it. Minnesota wants to keep their playoff hopes alive. So